Good afternoon, my friends. Now this time, I'm in my bedroom. I decided I was going to sit in my I have a little fainting sofa here that I'm sitting on, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to put new scenery behind me. This room is done in oh, what do I want to call them? Mermaids. See the mermaid there? Can you see that mermaid on the wall? I got mermaids around me here. Anyway, that's just one of them, and the whole room is full of mermaids. Okay, today we are talking about victory. You know, I was thinking, people that play the victim, like, okay, we all do things wrong. So when you do something wrong, when someone calls you on it, don't take offense. Don't, oh, they're picking on me. They said I didn't look as good in this. With my grandchildren, I have 7 granddaughters, and if I see something I don't like, I tell them. Like, you need to do your fingernails. And they're like, you're always telling me what I do. No, stop it. Look, receive constructive criticism. I don't even like to use the word criticism. It's actually a correction. It's just a correction in life. And don't play that victim role. You're always one or the other. You're either a victor or a victim. I've done this before, but oh my gosh, this victim thing, you tell somebody something they did wrong, and right away they jump into this. Poor me, everybody picks on me. Today my son was doing this thing with his team at work about their ego. We all have an ego. Every one of us have an ego. And some of us, sometimes it works on the low side of ego, like it's an ego that does it, but it looks pitiful, And I really challenge you today. Get to know yourself and find out, what is your ego? Like for me, I know what my issue is. I have a couple of things. I'm controlling. I also think that I'm right all the time, and I want to be right. To a fault, I want to be right. And what else? Well, those are the 2 big ones that I get right now. Now, the downside, of course, we all know the downside. Being bossy, being pushy, and needing to be right are destructive and ugly. But the good side of that is you strive to do things well because you do want to be right. And you are a leader. A bossy person is usually a leader, and they get things done. So there's an upside and a downside to all of the ego traits. But know your ego. I find many people need this affirmation. They need to be affirmed. Okay, that's fine. But don't get down if you don't get affirmed. Don't think people don't love you because they didn't affirm you. Honestly, I've learned to affirm myself. I don't need you to affirm me because, I love affirmations. Everybody does. But if you don't do it, I just say things like, gee, I did that good. I like that. That's good. I do it to myself. I give it to myself. And I think that's a good quality rather than a bad one. So the biggest thing I want to say to you is, God did not make you a victim. Take charge of your life. Because he says you are over and not under. You're above and not beneath. You're the lender and not the borrower. God gave us all of those promises. Those are victorious promises. They're not victim promises at all. So I want you to really analyze your character. And on this video, if you will, leave me your ego. Tell me your ego. What represents you in your ego? And then I want you to look at that and decide what's good and what's bad, how that can work towards good and how it can work towards bad for you. Because if we know all of this about ourselves, we will be better people, and we will be able to help other people. And remember, God made you to be victorious. He wishes above all things that you would prosper and be in good health. So prosper means, I'm not even sure what it means. Let's just find out what Webster says about that. Let me just see if I can pull that up here. Define the word prosper.
Prosper means succeed in material terms, be financially successful.
Okay, succeed in material terms, and be financially successful. That isn't a victim at all, is it? No, that's not a victim, that's a victor. So I want you to stop playing the victim. When somebody says you did something wrong, you know what? The very best response could be, you know what, you're right, and I'm going to correct that. Not, well, I did it because you said this first, and you made me, or my daddy did this to me when I was a little kid, and that makes me, I mean, who wants to hear that? Gets you nowhere, nowhere, nowhere. All right, you guys, this one wasn't as sweet, but I was just kind of annoyed today about victims. I was like, I'm going to go on that YouTube and tell them off. All right, you guys, buy my book. Hidden Treasures in Secret Places, Velma Hagar, Amazon.com. You know what, you guys, my book is so doggone good. I'm so proud of it. Everybody says to me, are you going to write another one? I have enough blogs put together to write 3 more books, but I'm going to be 77 in October. I kind of don't want to do it again. Isn't that just ridiculous? I mean, it's just kind of, I don't know, it's just the effort. I think this book I have is so good, and you can read it over and over. It's done on a daily, you know, like a devotional, so every day you read it. When you get to the end of the year, you start over, for God's sakes. I start over. I don't even remember half the stuff I put in there. I get blessed every day by that book, and so will you. All right, you guys, Guido's not here today. I don't know where the heck that little guy is. I'm in my bedroom quietly. He's probably out in the living room. All right, until next time, this is Velma Hagar, and she is bidding you a blessed day. Remember, you're not a victim.